What's up, guys? Gun Skinny here. What do we got here? Well, I'll tell you. On the table, we have the Falcon United States Army knife, tactical knife, the seatbelt cutter, window breaker, partially serrated, drop point, assisted knife. What are we going to be doing with this knife? Well, I'm going to tell you. We're going to be doing a complete disassembly and a cleaning of this knife. I use this knife a lot for just hiking and stuff like that. It's not the greatest knife in the world, but it's been good to me, you know. Around $20 knife. But what I'm going to be showing you today is usually what I do with my knives as far as cleaning. On the side here, I don't know if this is in frame, but what we have are some star bit screwdrivers. You're going to need these if you're going to plan on doing any kind of disassembly on your knives. A lot of them have these star nuts that go in here. So let's start it off. You're going to first start off by just loosening up the pivot point here. You're not going to take it all the way off, but you're just going to loosen it up. So what you want is you want to find ones that fit in there nice and tight. You don't want a lot of play, because you don't want to strip out your nuts here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get one on this side, and you want to try to turn it and see if it opens it up, but if it's not, you're going to have to do, because sometimes this other nut, and it's not happening, but sometimes you have to get one here, okay, and then you're going to have to get one on this side, and hold this one still, and then turn this one to get it loose, but this one's turning on its own. Sometimes you can hold it with your fingers, so you want to just loosen this up a little bit, okay, and leave it like this. And now when you're taking apart your knives, you want to leave them fully open. You don't want to, especially if it's a assist open, you want to leave them open, because if you start loosening this up and your knife's all folded up, it's just going to spring open and everything. So you don't want that to happen. Okay, so next you want to concentrate on these right here. Okay, they're connected to the stainless steel liner. Okay, so you want to, and the good thing about these screwdrivers is that this turns on the top, so you can easily just hold it in place and just turn like that. Okay, so you want to take these screws out. Be sure not to strip these screws, guys, because you can create a whole other problem if you strip them. And take these out. Okay. The other thing you want to pay attention while you're doing this is just remember where you got the stuff from. You know, take it off in a manner where you remember how to put it back together. Knives aren't that difficult to take apart, but okay. Now we got our pivot point nut out. So we're going to take that and just set it aside. Okay. Now this whole thing, the handle is ready to pop off. So this will come off. Okay, see, now we got it off. Now just leave these in here. These screws, leave them in there. You don't have to take them out. Okay? Set that aside. Now, on your first layer, you've got your stainless steel liner. Okay? And this is also going to have the spring operation for the assist open. So you can just pop this bad boy off. Okay? And there you have your stainless steel, your liner. And you can see right here, I'll put my hand behind it so you can see it, but this is your, whoa, okay, I just dropped a little washer. That was just That usually goes right here, but it got stuck on here. But anyway, this right here that you're looking at, this is what causes your knife to spring open. This is the assisted open. Okay? So you're going to move this up, and you're going to set this aside. Now it's time to take off your blade. Okay? So what you want to do is take that washer off. Remember that that washer goes on before, and your blade is just going to pop off. Okay, here's your blade. Okay? So you can set that aside. This knife has a little bit, it has a little bit more features than your regular folding knife. I mean, it has the seatbelt cutter. So this part's also going to come off right here. If I can get this bad boy off right. Sometimes they're a pain to get off. Oh, you know what I did? Okay. Yeah. You gotta take these screws out right here on the back to get your that little separator right there. So you're just gonna take these out right here. See what I'm doing? Because those are holding it down. So you just unscrew these. There we go. Okay. Now this bad boy will pop right off. Okay? And you got your spacer. So when your spacer's right here, this is going to stay. You want to keep that on there. I mean, you don't have to keep it on, but you just got to keep it. Remember which one it went on. So that's your spacer in between your seatbelt cutter and the knife handle. Okay? Just set that aside. Here's the actual seatbelt cutter. It's hard to do behind the tripod, so bear with me, guys. Okay. Here you have, this is just like your regular razor blade, you know. If you can see it there. That's your seatbelt cutter. So that's pretty much as far as I go as far as taking it down. I mean, you can take this off too. But I mean, there's really no need to. All this is still pretty oiled in here. You can kind of see it a little bit. So now what we want to do, okay, like I said, leave this on. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take my new favorite knife cleaner slash lubricant, which is, yeah, that's what it is. So what you want to do is you want to take a little bit of this, and you want to take your put this. Sometimes these are a pain to get in here. So you want to take that. Damn it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this stupid thing in the cap. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take this and you just want to spray it in your pivot point. Okay? Just a little bit. You don't need too much. Okay? Spray that in there. Let it sit for a minute. Maybe dab it up a little bit like that, okay? But you want to keep a lot of it in there. Okay, so now you want to take your blade right there. Before you put it on, you want to get a little bit of the ballistol in here and on your blade, okay? So just a little bit. Take your paper towel and just condition it. Just condition the blade. Where are we at? 9 minutes? Okay. This might be a two-parter, guys. So I'm sorry for that. But see all that dirt? See all that dirt coming off the blade? You're going to get all that stuff off. It's just easier to get down into these crevices when you have the blade in your hands. Okay, let's do the other side. A little too much. That's alright. Really condition up your blade there. Now what I like to do is I got this microfiber stuff, and I like to just, after I did it with that, just go over it again with the micro. Because you don't want to get a lot of dirt on this thing. You just want to you know, condition it and get the ballast all spread all over it. Alright, now that we did that, we're going to take the blade and place it back on the knife. Or on the handle, sorry. So you place that back on there, and sometimes this can be a little finicky getting back on just because of the liner lock system. And I'll do a knife takedown on a spine lock one too. I just wanted to get this out of the way. So now after you do that, you can even put a little bit more ballast right on that, right there. Not too much. You don't want to do too much. You just want to get a little bit so it goes underneath that washer right there. Okay. So then what you do after you have all this together, you want to take your seatbelt cutter blade. You really don't need to put anything else. I mean, you can if you want to, guys, like wipe out this stuff right here, but there's not that. I haven't cut any seatbelts lately, so you really don't have to worry about that. Take that and remember to put your spacers back on, okay? This is one of the spacers that are in between the handle and the frame, or in between the frames. And you just want to take that, and it actually screws onto that nut behind it. So then you want to take your other spacer for the seatbelt cutter and just place that back on. Okay? So then, wait, did I do this right? Yes, I did. Okay. So then what you want to do is you want to take those screws that are on the other side. I mean, you don't have to do it right now, you can do it after, but if you want to do it now, you can screw those back in, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to worry about it right now. You want to take your inside frame and just wipe that a little bit clean. I mean, you can even condition that, since that doesn't get conditioned a lot, with just a little bit of ballast. Okay? Not a lot, just a little. And just wipe it clean. Okay? And then you pretty much just want to put, don't forget that spacer. Gotta remember the spacers. You want to put everything back together the way you found it. Okay, hear that click in there? And you take your frame, put it back on the knife, your handle. See, all the screws are still in there. And take your one nut. Where are we at? 13 minutes. Take your one nut. I might be able to get this in one part. If not, you guys get the idea. And then you just want to screw everything back in. That's pretty much it, guys. That's as far as you really want to go. I mean, you don't really have to do anything else. You just want to get these bolts all back put into place. If you can find it. I'm kind of rushing for the video. I don't want to go over time. But I mean, there we go. Just had it in the wrong spot. That's pretty much it, guys. Obviously, these are the two nuts that I unscrewed to get the seatbelt cutter out. But that's pretty much how you want to condition your knives. And then you just want to adjust your pivot point and make sure you don't want to, see, that's the good thing about these screwdrivers. It's kind of like a torque wrench, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to get it too tight. You just want to tighten her up so there's not a lot of blade play. I've never had a really big problem. And then you want to test for function, and we're right back to regular function. You know, blade placement's good. It never really was good on this knife anyway, but you know, it's not screwing up or anything like that. That's pretty much what you want to do. So just lube it all up. That's how you take it apart. You just want to make sure you do everything. You make sure you put everything back the way you got it. It's not that really difficult to take. It's not that difficult to take apart knives, as you can see. But I just wanted to show you guys how I did it. I usually do it, you know, if I use a knife a lot, I'll do it every 6 months, or if I use it not that much, I'll do it once a year. But so that's it, guys. I'm out of time. Check out the website, gunskinny.com. That's your knife cleaning lesson of the day. Take care, guys, and be safe out there.